Oh, okay.
If you insist, Sarah. Sarah. All right, here we go. Shit. Let's get all this up. After all that prep, I don't have anything in front of me. Here we go. Okay. Okay, and we didn't hear from Nicole about her clip, did we? We did not.
We have not yet.
Okay.
No.
All right, I will worry about that when it happens. It's totally fine. We can last minute it, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Audio's rolling. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
You get a cup and a half of flavor, a cup and a half of flavor in every cup of Instant Maxwell House.
That's because Instant Maxwell House captures the good, rich flavor of coffee beans, fresh hot from the roasting oven, bursting with aroma and flavor.
You get a cup and a half of flavor in every cup of Instant Maxwell House.
Get Instant Maxwell House coffee.
You tell anybody, I'll kill your dog.
The morning stream. It is the end of the beginning.
Good morning. It is TMS. That's right. You heard it right. I'm Scott, and that's Brian, and it's Wednesday, and it's October, and it's the 25th. It's 2023. It's all that stuff, Brian.
What else?
It's windy outside. We got some cloud cover today. It's cold.
Man. Cold weather is rolling in for both of us.
Welcome to the Wasatch. No, the Rocky Mountains, everyone.
That's right.
The Wasatch are different, I guess. I don't know. What are my? I have Wasatch Mountains, and I don't know if they're connected to your mountains.
I thought they're part of the Rocky Mountains. I assume they are.
Maybe they are. Maybe I'm dumb. Yeah. I might be dumb. It's entirely possible that I am dumb. Let's move on. We are here to do a show. It's a Wednesday. That means Tom. That means recommendals. It means all sorts of other tomfoolery. So get ready for that. We got Tadpole Feud coming up, and that means one of you will be the lucky third person I pull in for today's thing. And as we spoke about in pre-show, today's winnings are, whoo, boy, you're gonna.
Yeah. Not safe for work, not safe for kids, these games. So make sure if you are playing today, then you're okay with some video games that contain little nudity.
And you can, look, let's warn you now. If whoever calls in wants to just still compete, but then give these to a friend or something, totally fine. Whatever you want to do.
Right, sure.
We're not going to make any judgments, okay?
None whatsoever.
No.
We're not here to judge.
No, who are we to judge, really? So I got, just to catch people up, what happened yesterday. This is so stupid. Kim and I, so every year right around this time, there's a bunch of trees in the back area, like our backyard, where there's a lot of coverage of trees. Like they get really big and lush, and it's awesome. In the summer, it's like living in a forest. It's beautiful, and we love it. But when winter comes, if we don't go trim all of those trees, and these are kind of these weird specialized trees, not like a normal trunk. It's like the branches start growing immediately from the ground, and then they just grow straight up, and they create all this foliage, and it's beautiful. But if you don't cut them and trim them before snow and stuff, then they're just a nightmare. And then by next year, they're just all the way up to the roof, and they're like digging into your
out of control
stuff.
Wow, that quick, fast growing trees.
Yeah, they're very fast. So what we do is we make a little thing of it. We go out there and we cut all these down, trim them all down, and then do a quick dump run. Take them to the dump and dump them there. And so yesterday was our day to do that, and it's fine. And I kind of hate it after because it looks like a prison yard when we're done, like all those trees being gone. It's just weird.
It looks like the Las Vegas Strip pre-Formula One racing.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, a little bit like that. I don't like the loss of greenery and stuff, but like I said, by next spring, these things shoot up like crazy, and by summer, they're full grown again, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, we go out there, and we're doing that, and we're chipping away, and we also were cleaning out the gutters. It's been a year. We thought we should check the gutters. And these one gutters have a bunch of needles in them because there's a big needle tree. Or what's that called? It's not a needle tree.
Pine tree.
Pine tree. Thank you so much for that. Needle tree. May as well be called needle tree, by the way, because there's so many damn needles. But anyway, they had gotten so bad and so compacted in there over the last year that there was grass. Somehow grass seed had blown up there, and grass was growing out of dead needles that were basically had become soil, There was so much of it in there.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So we had stuff growing in there, and there were some bees up there. We weren't sure if there was a nest. There was all this stuff. So anyway, got up on the ladder and did that. And Kim wanted to do this corner. And I said, okay, well, then I guess I'm holding the ladder for you. She says, all right, here we go. So I'm holding the ladder, and I'm looking up at her, and she goes up there, and she's digging out chunks of this stuff. Something, I don't see it. It's invisible to me, but something falls in my eye. It's like dink, and I felt that and went, crap, and I went over here and I kind of rubbed it, and I thought, oh, it's just a little speck of something or whatever. I wake up this morning, you can't really see it on camera. I got the puffiest, freaking hurtiest eye from whatever the hell fell out of that tree and went in my eyeball or off the roof. So that sucks. I just want to put that out there that sucks.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not happy about that.
But your eye, like your eyeball itself, not red or scratched up, just puffiness on the outside, the skin on the outside.
Just all the outside and the lid, almost like a sty, except it's definitely from whatever fell in my eye, because it's been irritating me since then, and only since then.
Sure.
So unless maybe I got up at 3 in the morning and in a fever dream rubbed it real hard. I don't recall this, but maybe I did. I don't know. I don't freaking know what happened, but stupid eye. I'm irritated. So now I got to do shows with a big bright screen and this freaking hurty eye.
Dark mode.
Dark mode. Yeah, everything's on dark mode now, and I have that. What's that nighttime mode thing they call it? What's that called? Night shift. I have that on.
Night shift. Yeah. Right.
Where everything's kind of sepia toned. You know.
Yes, exactly.
Like the color of my teeth. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't immediately think of putting on protective glasses when I'm doing any of that stuff. I went out and just raked, because we've got both trees in the front and the back that are obviously starting to lose their leaves now, but they're only about a third, maybe half, have fallen down, the leaves. And Tina grabbed some this last weekend. She just basically ran the lawnmower and bagged them all like that, because we needed a lawn mowing anyway. And then yesterday I got what had fallen from Saturday until now. But I think this weekend is going to be the full-on, everything should fall by this weekend, and then it's going to be a whole, like, all right, air blower, blow it up into piles, then mulch bag it, or mulch them into smaller pieces, bag it, and be done with the whole thing. But
yeah, mowing is the only good way, though. She's
really
very
is.
smart to do it that way. I can't stand rake them into a pile and then stuff them in a bag. F that noise.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I started doing that. Like, I had the bag all set yesterday. I'm like, this is just going to be a little 5-10 minute job. I'm not going to get out the mower. After 2 pickups of leaves we have this rake that comes apart and basically creates 2 big rake hands.
I want that. That's cool.
They snap together to make one Voltron rake when you're raking stuff up, and then you pull one side off and then use it as a gripper to pull all the rake stuff up. But
that's great.
After 2 loads into the bag, it's like, what am I doing? Let's just lawn mow this stuff. So I just took the lawnmower and put it over each pile and went. Yeah.
That is awesome. I have done the same.
Yeah.
And it's why that is a joyful experience, I don't know. It's destructive, but it's also cleaning something up at the same time. It's great.
It's so much fun.
So then we went to the dump, and I thought we were going to the city dump, but Kim's like, no, they're doing a community branch gathering thing where if you take it to this one park, they have a whole parking lot cordoned off where people are encouraged to bring their leavings, their trees, their stuff.
Decomposable plant leavings.
Exactly. And I don't know what they do with them, but there was some run to get them all. So we're like, okay, well, let's go do that instead, because that's all it is. Carter's friend brought our truck over because we don't have a truck, and we thought we'll use a truck. We'll take one trip because we had enough to take. And so we go over there, and this was the best part of the day. We pull in there, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to have to stand in this truck and slowly pull these out and throw them over there. It's going to take forever. We grab the first branches below, and it came out in one giant piece.
Really?
It was so awesome, dude. It was like this giant...
Oh my God, that sounds so satisfying. Like
it was
satisfying...
Great. It was like a big old sponge cake just slid out of there in the shape of a truck bed and then plop onto the ground, and we were like, done. And we were so excited about it that we decided to go get some Indian food. And so we go to this place called the Himalayan Kitchen. You might say it's Himalayan food, but whatever. It's all kind of connected.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they
they
play
have
fast and loose with their geography.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time. But they had this Himalayan chili. Now I don't know if you've ever had Himalayan chili. Have you had that to your knowledge?
No, I don't think I've ever had Himalayan chili.
Okay, I thought I'd try it. Just like this sounds weird. Let's try it. And they had a mushroom-based one, chicken-based one, different stuff. And I love mushrooms, so I was like, let's do the mushrooms. Man, I gotta have that again. It was so good.
I'm finding so Himalayan chili for me is coming up just with the chili pepper itself, like a very spicy. Oh, here we go. Himalayan chili chicken. Was that what it is?
Yeah, mine. I got the mushroom one, but they had a chicken one. Let's see.
Okay.
Himalayan.
Yeah, there's a place called Tandoori Kitchen that has a Himalayan chili chicken. Oh, that looks really good.
It's so good, dude. I thought I was gonna die.
Looks spicy.
Yeah, he gave me an option. He's like, okay, I shouldn't do the voice. He said, he says you can do mild, medium, or very hot. And I said, well, how hot is the medium? And he goes, for you, very hot. He says.
He took one look at you and said,
yeah. He knew what was up, and he was not wrong. So I said, "Yeah, I'm kind of a lightweight. Let's go with the mild or whatever." But it was still pretty spicy and very, very good. Like I'll get that. I may get that every time I go there. It was so good.
That's
just
cool.
amazing.
What was it? We went to an Indian place the other night, and it was excellent. And let me see if I can find the name of it because I would absolutely recommend this place. I mean, we're a fan of this place called Yakkin Yeti, even though I'm not a fan of the name. Yeah, because it sounds too much like a Yakkin Yeti.
Yeah, it sounds too much like what it sounds like, you know?
Exactly, yes, exactly. Yakking, let's go to the Yakkin Yeti.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is this place? Coriander, there it is right there. Coriander Restaurant. Oh, yeah. TripAdvisor, 5 full dots. No half dots, all full dots.
Nice. Those are good
And
dots.
this place is really, really good. The only complaint I had is that they give you non-American sized portions, so you get enough for your meal. You're full when you leave.
Yeah.
But I want to take a little bit home and eat it the next day.
Himalayan kitchens like that too. They give you normal like their portions, and you're right. You're full and done when you leave. Yeah. But I'm always like, oh, that's a little tiny pot of that stuff. That's not.
I know. Good. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh no, I want some take home.
Yeah.
Mandy Catherine says Yakkin Yeti is also a restaurant in Animal Kingdom over in Disney World. I just knowing when the year that Animal Kingdom was built, the Yakkin Yeti here in Arvada was around longer than that. It used to be a British place called the British Bulldog. No, British. Oh, what was it called? But it was
beans on toast.
Like, yeah, basically, it was like a fish and chips and mushy peas kind of place.
Yeah.
And then they started having Indian food there, and the Indian food went so well that it's basically an Indian food place, 90% Indian food place with a microbrewery that downstairs that still does the fish and chips.
That's interesting. It's like, I don't know what that's like. It's like starting a GameStop or GameSpot or Stop, and then a year later you're like, you know what? We're more of a Blockbuster, so let's start.
Right, exactly. Our video section is growing a lot better. Let's just let that part take over.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, you do what works, right? You if this is the part of your business that's selling, hey, focus on that.
Yeah, I will say to our British listeners, I like some beans on toast for real. Beans on toast. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that. Well, I haven't eaten a lot of British cuisine, and people always say it's kind of mushy and bland and whatever. But the beans on toast part, top notch, no problem.
Is it just what it sounds like?
Yep,
it's
like baked beans on toast, basically. I'm sure that some British, like I'll bet Zoe has some fancy way of doing it, right? Like beans on toast recipe, UK specialty thing. But,
my family half of my family comes from there, and I've never heard of beans on toast.
Oh, really? That's
unless
funny.
It's called something else, but
here's here's how it looks, Brian. It's exactly what you think. There's the image. It's literally beans on toast.
It's literally just beans on toast. Yeah. I think maybe, I don't know, try a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie or there's got to be, if that's you've had those before, I hope, right?
Oh yeah,
shepherd's pie or
yeah.
cottage
Shepherd's
pie
pie is amazing. Cottage pie is great. I even liked a little
Yeah.
blood pudding once. It was all right. Like
Okay.
they've got stuff, and they have their recipes for different kinds of beans, but it's a thing over there, man. Like, look, okay, here's one you want to look at.
I'm just saying, is there anything?
Look at this one. See, this looks like they tried a little harder. There you go.
Oh, like that's your upscale. That's your
that's your upscale beans on
Cheesecake
toast.
Factory beans on toast. I'm trying to see if what else. I like the shredded cheese option.
Yeah.
And it's when you get an English breakfast, they have beans and they have toast.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because they run out of room on the English breakfast plate. Maybe they just start putting the beans on the toast. And
Yeah.
So that's a fair bit of right there.
What I would do, I would go with like full on chili on toast sounds better to me, like American
With
chili.
meat, like a meat chili.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I might do that today.
There you go.
I got to
Actually,
cook today.
so
Today's my
this
day
one
for
has,
cooking, by the way, for Wendy's homework.
Caramelized onions.
Ooh,
Yeah,
caramel.
good,
Yeah.
excellent.
Are you? Have you read a book by now, or whatever you're supposed to do?
I have picked the shelf from which I will pick a book. So, someone a while back gave us a
That's great.
like a collection of classics. So it's like the original like Invisible Man and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and Bram Stoker's Dracula, which that one I've read, but I wanted to pick something that again, not just falling back on Chuck Palahniuk thing. It still feels like a horror book, but
Sure.
maybe still is within my typical realm. It's not going that far out of the norm. What I really want to read after hearing the damn interview on Howard Stern is, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, John Stamos' autobiography that just came out.
Whoa. What did it, I mean, obviously he's there doing an interview, so something sparked your interest. What got you going?
Yeah,
on
it was.
that?
They were talking about like his relationship prior to Rebecca Romaine. He was with Terry Copley, just completely in love with Terry Copley. And if you ever, if you grew up like in the 80s like I did, and you remember a TV show called We Got It Made, chances are you were in love with Terry Copley also. And they were dating, and then he comes home one day to find her in bed with Tony Danza.
Tony Danza.
Tony freaking Danza.
Mona.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, here. Okay, now I know who she is. It took me a second.
She's very Marilyn Monroe-esque.
Yeah.
A blonde bombshell from the 80s.
Yeah.
And what added insult to injury is when they put Who's the Boss on before Full House on the Friday night ABC Crap Fest.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to imagine what this would be like for poor John Stamos, just walking in there. Boy, it's sure the celebrity memoirs happening big time. So you got this little bombshell. You got
Jada Pinkett Smith's
her whole thing. Good Lord.
Britney Spears and all of her revelations.
Yeah, Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake's aborted baby. That whole thing. Like, man, there's a lot going on. These Hollywood types kind of effed up.
But I'm not going to. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I could. I don't think I could happily read the John Stamos autobiography or memoirs as a as a thing for my therapy.
For your homework, it'd be a pretty funny turn.
He's and Tom Norm says Stamos was on Hot Ones and he was great, dude. After I
like
did.
Stamos.
It was a driveway moment. Like I did not want to leave the house. I did not want to leave the car and go into the house. I was so enthralled with listening to him talk about he was not at all interested in the whole Full House thing. Like it was originally pitched to him as it's all the adults doing stuff and talking and the kids are a small part of it. And then when the kids started getting bigger laughs, they said, all right, I guess it's a show all about the kids. Absolutely hated being on that show. But of course it was such a big part of
It's
his
a big
career.
hit. How do you avoid it? It's such a big freaking hit,
So anyway, poor John Stamos, and but
You
it looks like I think I need to relook at the shelf, but if there's some Poe in there, I might read some Poe.
Yeah.
But chances are it'll probably be the Invisible Man. I'm trying to remember the it's a name. It's similar name to the guy who did
the original,
Harlan.
like the original one, like the OG.
Yes.
Oh,
the OG Invisible Man, Harlan.
I don't know,
but not Ellison.
No, that's a
yes.
dude we know from other things. Where is it?
It's not.
H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells? Okay.
Yes.
That's
Invisible
not,
Man, H.G. Wells, originally printed in 1897. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know
I didn't
it was
realize
him.
that was an H.G. Wells. I always attributed that to.
Don't feel bad. I had
else.
zero idea he would have made that. I mean, H.G. Wells is like War of the Worlds and stuff,
was
right?
There, and the Island of Dr. Moreau and Time Machine and stuff. Yeah, that's interesting. I always thought
that book cover's
somebody
crazy.
Else who.
The book cover's just a ink drawing of a dude in a night coat sitting in a chair in the middle of the book.
Yes, right. That's not the version I have.
Oh, yours is different than this?
No. I'm sorry. That's not the book. Yeah, that's not the book I have. That's the photo I'm looking at too, but that's not the copy of the book I have.
Oh, you probably got more modern ones.
I imagine that's a first edition that's worth billions.
Yeah, I feel like
something. Maybe we were talking in my car. I was talking to a passenger about they stole a menu from this restaurant downtown. They're like, I should sell it. And I'm like, well, but it's still open. That restaurant, people can go and just steal the menu themselves if they really want it.
Yeah.
And I said, it reminded me that I have a stolen menu from Quarks that I stole from Quarks in the Las Vegas Star Trek experience.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know where it is, but I'll bet you that I could put on eBay for.
I'll bet you could, dude.
For some cash, yeah.
You should try. You should look that up. I'd be very curious.
I need to and see what it's worth, yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool thing. I wish that was back.
It was a cool thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day.
Anywho.
It feels like Star Trek's on the rise, so maybe there's a chance you'll get something cool again. I don't know. Hey, guys, guess what? It's time for a game. Oh, yes. That's right. Hold on. Dunaway's got to be a part of it. There he is. We're bringing Dunaway in. That's Brian Dunaway to you and me, and he's going to participate in today's game. We're also going to take a random listener, actually the third person, to ping me in Discord if you want to participate today as well. Let's get this started. Yes, that's right. Brian Dunaway is here for another Tadpole Feud. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Ooh.
Hi, Brian.
He's delayed. I'm gonna see if I move us to the U.S. Central, maybe that'll help here. Okay, let's try that now. Dunaway, say something for me.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, it's a little better.
That's way faster.
Yeah. You were having to send your voice all the way to I don't know, Portland or something, and then back to us, and that's not good.
Portland. That's my favorite place to send my voice.
That's right. That's where you like to go, son. Anyway, it's good to have you here. We're going to pick our third. Oh, my gosh. Do you want to know who our third person is? Shit.
Well, by the way you say it, I'm guessing it's a person that would be just fine getting a video game that had some nudity in it.
You know what? I hadn't thought of it that way. This is the amazing thing that is about to happen. This is the perfect person to win 2 lustful games if she will answer her phone. Right, currently calling her, adding her to the call.
Okay.
Claire Gack, by the way, if anyone was confused.
Is Claire.
But she ain't answering. Oh, there she is. Hi, Claire. Oh, jeez. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Is route through
All
Portland.
Caps. All caps right off the bat.
All caps, hello. Are you ready to play today? Are you excited?
I'm ready.
Yeah, and I can tell how excited.
I'm ready.
Fantastic.
I'm ready.
Brian, why don't you
ready.
explain these rules? I know Claire knows all about them, but you may as well
Sure.
do it anyway.
Happy to do it. It's time to play the Tadpole Feud. I've surveyed the tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's Scott and Brian's job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Claire, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian And if your team wins, you get a prize package that includes Lust for Darkness and Lust from Beyond, hard R-rated horror games.
Gimme.
Lust series.
Lust series.
Turns out they're totally different developers, but you're going to get the best 2 games with Lust in their names if you win today.
Yeah, and I'll
Lust.
definitely be able to play them on the existing thing that I have to play games.
That's right.
Oh, good.
That'll be wonderful.
On your
all right.
laptop.
I get it.
I get it too.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and get things going and put your hands on your buzzers, not you, Claire, and answer the following question. Who is the best TV detective? Scott,
Columbo.
show me Columbo.
So good.
Number 1.
Number 1, yes. Oh my God.
That is
How is Claire
Obviously.
already upset with
He's
everything?
not a detective.
Yeah, I know. He's a dude, but you know the tadpole doesn't know. The
He's not PI.
Yeah, but
He
That's it.
detects.
Yeah, the tadpole doesn't know that he's just a cop, though. They think he's because he always runs around in his coat and he looks detective-y. So they always think that, and it's fine. It totally
He's a
works.
homicide detective. It says it right here on the Wikipedia page. A
well,
homicide
I guess you
detective
guys
at
are
the
just a
LAPD.
couple of Columbos.
Yeah, a couple Columbos, just doing our Colombian business. All right, well, Claire, it's me and you then. This will be fun, right? Won't it?
Yeah, no other answers will beat that. So you guys have control of the board, and you have, so to speak, control of Claire.
All right.
Go ahead and tell me who else the tadpole thought was the best TV detective.
I want to say Jim Rockford. What do you think of Jim Rockford?
the Rockford Files.
I'll ask my dad.
Do you
Sure,
know?
go with that.
Do you know anything about that show? Is that a thing that made it to Ireland at all?
I know that you guys like to play the.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Well,
Excellent.
you actually kind of nailed the theme there, Claire. For not knowing the show, you did pretty
Yeah,
well.
I'm impressed.
All right, going with Jim Rockford.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, you're going to love this. Show me Jim Rockford.
Oh,
Number 10.
Oh, wow.
Hercule
Good points. Good points.
Poirot and Jim Rockford both had the same number of points. I didn't have the heart to take either
That's,
one of them.
is that right?
So
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you're not going
So
to
I
use
just-
the other one, Brian, is what he's saying. You can't use that one. Dunaway.
you can say Hercule Poirot.
I mean, you could.
Oh, I can say it.
Oh,
I can say it.
Can you?
You can
I
say
actually
it.
want to hear you say it. Do it. Say it.
Oh. Herkulay Prayray.
Not your
Nailed
turn,
it.
Brian. Not your turn. Get in line.
Nailed it. Now hand me my Reese's Pieces and shut the.
Yeah.
I, did-
All
I
right,
dropped
Claire.
the F off in Portland. Go ahead.
Just a little bit of it there.
Nice.
Claire,
All
do
right.
you have one that jumps out at you?
Sherlock.
Sherlock, that's a good one. I mean, he's on TV, even though he's from a book.
He's on
and
TV.
Yeah.
He's on
Sure.
TV.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, is he on TV? Wait.
Yeah, he's
He's
on
on
TV.
TV.
Yeah.
He's not currently on TV.
What?
I don't know what.
There might be an
Benadryl,
iteration of it on TV. There might be a kind of
Feels like
Remember
there's,
Batch
feels like there's
is still there?
always a feels like there's always
Yeah.
an iteration of Sherlock somewhere on TV.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Sherlock.
Number 2.
Yeah, the Sherlock Cumberbatch Sherlock.
Yeah, there you go.
Made it into the top 10, and number 2 answer on the board.
Nice. So this wasn't Geordie and
Number 2.
and Data then, not that version of
It was
Sherlock.
not Geordie and Data.
That's
I
a
will tell
shame.
you that a couple people said Data.
Did they
as
really?
Sherlock.
That's great.
Yeah.
Data.
I'll also tell you that Johnny Lee Miller's name as Sherlock came up, but way down low on the list.
Okay. Oh, this is dangerous. I might do it though.
Yeah.
What are the chances the chat room said this is a bad idea? Well, Claire, I'll let you decide so we're not going to say it yet, but here's what you and I are collaborating on. Inspector
So
Gadget.
you're not going to say it, but I'm just going to.
I'm going to tell you.
Ooh.
Inspector Gadget. What do you think of that?
He's an inspector, not a detective. But the tadpole's stupid, so sure.
Man, offended everybody in one
No
fell
kidding.
swoop.
It was a very far wide-reaching sentence that managed to offend just about everybody. Okay, all right. Is that the one you're
Let's
going
do
with?
it. Let's go with it. See what happens. See if the tadpole
Yeah.
paid off or not.
Show us Inspector Gadget.
Oh,
Number 3.
Look
Yep.
at that.
The brain on
You know the
Brad.
tadpole.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got the
I'm in
gadgets. I can't
No
think.
way. So Max Trollbot says that Johnny Lee Miller and Benedict Cumberbatch were roommates in college, and They're
They were
both the most recent iterations of television Sherlock. That's awesome.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Fascinating,
Series.
Brian. Fascinating.
Do you
I liked Elementary. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
do you guys think shit.
Oh, Neon Steeple has a good idea.
Who what?
Miss Jessica Fletcher
Oh,
from Murder.
Murder She Wrote. Yeah. Bed knobs and broomsticks
Maybe.
herself. Let's do it. I like it.
Travis,
Potts.
I have heard of Detective Inspector, but sometimes they're differentiated. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just yelling at the chat. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that.
That's good. Always works. All right, show me Jessica Fletcher. Indeed,
Wow.
Murder She Wrote and Murder She Number 8'd.
All right. I want to add to this list Matlock then, because if she's on there, he's on
Matlock.
there. Yeah.
Sure, let's hit all the olds.
Yeah.
All right, show me Matlock.
Oh!
Ooh, our first strike. Matlock, number 13
Scott.
on the list.
I don't know why that's not on there. That's disgusting. I don't understand.
We're not all old people.
I'm not
Yeah.
old either. This isn't my show. This is like my mom's show. But still, you think of Matlock. People always think of Matlock. That's mind blowing. But now I just thought of another one. I'll hold it because it's Brian's turn.
Okay,
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian. Brian, it's your turn.
Brian. Come on, Brian.
Brian, you there? Dunaway?
Brian.
Brian Dunaway?
Brian.
Is he not there?
Will I just do my Brian impression?
No. Oh my gosh, that's a terrible impression. Brian Dunaway, you there? Did he go mute? Did he?
He might have.
Hello?
He might-
Oh,
No,
there
we
he is.
hear-
Hi.
Now we hear you.
Hi.
Okay.
We hear you now. Yeah. Like, can you hear us?
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Well,
Yeah.
you're-
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I think you're really delayed or something. Can you hear us now?
I wouldn't doubt it. So I'm doing this on my laptop
Uh-huh.
because at the very last second, for some reason, my other machine, you just couldn't click on the screen anywhere. It didn't matter. It's been going on for a couple of days now. Just happens randomly. Started happening right before the thing.
That's fun.
So I unplugged everything and plugged it to the laptop. So the other machine finally came back up. So
Oh.
I tried to switch over, and then it immediately went, nope, mouse thing. So I'm back on the shitty laptop.
Oh.
Let's see.
Mm.
I didn't hear what you guys said, but I know it was wrong apparently.
Yeah, it was
so.
We said
I heard
Matlock.
I heard a
Yeah.
about the time I got cut off. All right.
It was Matlock,
Detective.
by the way, so you don't have to.
Yeah, just to make it fair, so we'll
Yeah.
say it was Matlock.
It was Matlock.
All right. Well, then I'm going with the great mouse detective. No, I'm going to go with Olivia Benson.
Who the hell is that? Oh, from SVU.
Oh my God!
Is that
Yes.
SVU? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Not SVU. Yeah.
We've been watching a lot of it this week. When I say we, I mean Audra, and then me as captive. Yeah.
Look, that show had me until they did an episode about an MMO where people were getting killed in real life inside the MMO. And I said, okay, well, this is the dumbest thing I've ever laid eyes on. I'll never watch SVU again. They ruined that show when they did that episode. When you get there.
Ice-T is very upset and wants you back.
Okay. That's fine.
All right, show me Olivia Benson.
Oh, come on.
Yep,
that's a
number 14. Actually, one row below Matlock. Olivia Benson. Yeah.
Okay. Claire, what are we, what's flying around your buzzing head? That's not a word. That's not a phrase.
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
I
really
can't
don't.
think of anything.
I can't either. So I'm going to say, how about this? I got one. Oh shit.
Ooh!
Oh shit.
What? Ooh, what?
I don't know.
Mulder and
Oh,
The
Fox
detective-
Mulder. I was about to say same thing. Mulder
Oh,
or
yeah.
Scully or
Mulder's
both.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the FBI.
totally
Just why
your
not?
original idea, Scott. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure,
I'll just take it.
Show me either Fox Mulder or Dana Scully or the combo of the two of them.
Boo!
Yep, Fox Mulder, number 16. So up high in the list, but did not make the top 10.
I wanted to believe he was in the top 10.
I see what you're doing.
All right, Dunaway.
All right. Well, I'm going with everybody's favorite brooding detective, Batman. Actually, yeah, Batman.
What? What'd she say?
I said, why did you give him the answer? Did you give Brian Dunaway the answer?
Did somebody give me the answer? Did somebody give me the answer?
No, he
I
said
I'm
Batman. He said Batman before I did. I just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Show me Batman.
Oh, shit.
Number 6.
Thank God.
This is Scott's not going to run away with this one. Scott and Claire not going to.
Ooh, that was
shut
close.
right up. Yes,
Apparently
exactly.
not.
That was close.
4 answers still on the board. Brian, what else have you got?
Well, I'm an old school TV watcher. We haven't said Monk. We haven't said
Monk. I love
Yeah,
Monk.
Monk.
Yeah.
Shaloob. All right. Show me Monk.
Damn it.
Yeah, number 4 on the list.
There we
Look at that,
go.
Brian.
Yeah.
Making a rally here.
Yes.
A late game rally.
Well, if they liked Monk, then maybe they liked the sister show. It's not really a sister show. It's on the same network, though, right? Psych?
Oh, yeah, same
Wasn't
network.
that all on the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
TBS, I think.
We have characters or whatever their little
Yeah.
promotional thing was for
Yeah.
the longest time. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was TBS.
Do you have a character name, or just want Psych as the
Zork?
greatest
The
greatest TV detective?
Oh well, I don't like how you asked me that. How about Gus?
All right, how about we just go Psych? Show me Psych. Whose character is a guy named Sean Spencer.
Oh my gosh!
Number 7.
Nice. All right, let's see here. Who else we got? I'm looking at 2 screens because the TMS screen is pulled up on one computer,
Yeah.
and I have to keep going back and forth between that and my freaking audio connection.
Yeah.
But I'm not bitter. Let's
No.
see here.
I can tell.
Rush Roach. Let's see. Batman. Who else? How's about we go with Castle?
Castle.
Oh,
All right.
Castle's good. Yeah.
Sure. All right. Show me Castle.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a real
Ooh.
See,
shame.
I was going with a
Castle.
B move. I was going with a B TV tier type of stuff. I was
Yeah.
hoping for. Man, what you gonna do?
21st on the list is,
Oh,
is
nice.
Castle.
All right, Claire, I have an idea. But
I have an answer.
Oh, shit.
I came up with this totally on my own and not assisted by any Australians. What about Veronica Mars?
Oh, that's
Ooh,
good.
that's a
Veronica
good
Mars
one.
is good.
More TV. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Some VMARs.
Great
All
TV.
right.
More great TV.
Mm-hmm.
Show me Veronica Mars.
Oh,
Oh no! Third strike. Veronica Mars number 17, by the way.
I had a better one, by the way, but that's okay. I can't do it now because we have 3 strikes.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's all right.
Well, 2 answers left on the board.
Oh, did I totally
Brian
lose you
needs.
No,
Oh,
you're
he
still
doesn't
here. Can
hear
you
us,
not hear us,
apparently.
Brian? Can you hear us? We hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, no.
Are you available? Do you find yourself available to us? We hear you.
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Weird. I can't hear you guys. Hold on a second. Let me
Oh.
see if I can rectify that.
Yeah, rectum. Put the rectum in there. Pertner killed him. How's the old phrase go?
Jeez.
I reckon.
Jeez.
Hold on a second. Let me
I
see.
reckon
Let me
he.
see.
No, how's it go?
Almost there.
Yeah, this is good content.
If you can hear me,
Oh,
This is like haunting me.
you there, Dunaway? Hey, you there? I may have lost Claire too. Oh no,
Not
there's Claire.
talking to you,
hear me?
Oh, there's,
I know
there's
you're
Claire.
There
not,
we
but it's my name, and you're wearing it out.
There we go.
I'm just
There we go.
worried. My
Hello,
brother is
hello.
also called Brian, and he's due to also arrive at my parents' house tonight, and I'm just waiting for him to walk in, and I'm just going, Brian.
I didn't know you had a Brian brother. That's cool. That's too many Brians. We got
Yeah,
so
I've
many.
got a
There's
Brian
many
brother
Brians.
and a Jack brother and a Claire sister. That's me.
Yeah, we figured
Oh,
that.
I thought you were going to say another sister named Claire, and I feel like
My
Your
evil
parents weren't
twin,
terribly
Claire.
original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to have a conversation with your parents after 2 Claires. That'd be pretty weird. Dunaway, are you back? Can we hear you now?
Oh, am I back? Can you
Yeah.
hear me now? Can you
We
hear
can
me?
hear you now.
hear you
Can
now.
me?
We can
Yeah.
hear you now. Yes.
Yeah. Where were you?
What you got?
Oh, you had an answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think even though he's not a detective, he is a private investigator, and this is the Tadpole. Would Magnum PI be on there, even though it's right in the name? Would people still drive on past it and go, greatest detective of all time?
Are you asking me, or are you making
I'm
that guess?
I'm stating that's my guess,
Okay. All right.
and then I'm questioning that logic.
Show me Thomas Magnum, private investigator.
Uh-huh.
Comma.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Are you
Look
serious?
At this. Look at what we got
You
here.
You people, you
So-
people.
He's gonna
Claire
have to.
has guaranteed the win because
Oh, good. Okay.
the score is 24-22 in favor of Scott and Claire. The only way Brian can win is by getting number 9 on the list. But if he does, that still gives Claire the win because the board will be clear.
Yeah, it clears the whole thing. So literally, Dunaway, there's really no pressure on you right now.
Yeah.
Right. I can't decide between my old school favorites like either Kojak or am I still here?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're still here. Yeah,
Of course
yeah,
you can.
yeah.
Oh,
Of course not.
I can still hear you.
No,
Brian.
we're here. We hear you. Oh,
I
you're not
think
hear
he's
us.
just
No,
delayed.
We hear
Yeah, he
you.
doesn't
we
hear
can
us.
hear you now.
We
can
hear
hear you
you
now.
fine.
We can hear you now.
Laughing.
Oh, you can hear me fine? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear
We
you
can hear
fine.
you now.
Kojak. Well, I mean, I hear absolutely nothing
Oh,
at this point.
so he's not even getting.
So I'll just watch the board for
Yeah.
either the X
Give me my horny
or the flip.
games.
Okay, so you
Okay.
say the
Final
name.
answer.
Is he saying Kojak? Is that what I'm hearing
Kojak.
him say?
Probably.
Kojak.
Kojak is my answer.
Okay, Kojak's
Kojak
his
is
answer.
his answer. All right, show me Kojak.
Ah, it's a shame.
No.
I'll put. bzzzt.
Who?
Okay, I think I know this last one.
All right, what do you think it is?
Scooby Doo and the Mystery Inc. people. That whole thing.
Good answer.
No, and it's one of the more recent great detectives on television. He's a member of the New York Police Department in Brooklyn. Appropriately in the 9th spot, it's Jake Peralta from
Peralta?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes!
That's a
Good
good one.
answer.
That's a good
That is
answer.
a good answer.
I'll give him that. Well, tell me some of these ones that are.
I
not-
know.
I'm shocked
Yeah.
that the certain ones didn't make it in here. So what else do you have?
So Doctor Who, number 12. Bosch, Hieronymus Bosch, number 15. Detective Conan from a anime series called Case Closed, 18. Scooby-Doo, number 19. Dale Cooper, 20. Frank Drebin, Gil Grissom, Jessica Jones. Kojak, number 25. Kolchak the Night Stalker, right below him. Andy Sipowicz, Angel, Benoit Blanc, Jimmy McNulty, Maxwell Smart, Patrick Jane, Raylan Givens, Ace Ventura, never on TV. Well, I guess cartoon, right? There was an Ace Ventura cartoon. Archer, Beretta, Barnaby Jones, you old people, you. Charlie's Angels, Chief Wiggum, Chip and Dale, Chris Hansen, Deborah Morgan, Dora the Explorer, Dragnet.
Who put Chris Hansen in there? You guys.
I don't know, but it's great, actually. Hank Schrader, House MD, Inspector Clouseau, and Inspector Morse. Let's see.
Hank Schrader's a bad detective.
He's a bad detective. It took him like 5 seasons to figure out.
Yeah.
Luther, Lucifer, Madeline Hayes. I swear it wasn't me who put that one there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rizzoli and Isles. And finally, Velma.
Oh, she made the list separate from
She
Scooby.
made the list.
That's amazing.
Yep. Exactly.
I was really hoping.
We all know she was the brains of that outfit. Come on.
I was hoping we get some Lenny Briscoe love in here, but nobody remembers.
There was one Lenny Briscoe.
Oh, was there? I didn't hear that one. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I just brushed past it.
Well,
Briscoe County? What?
Briscoe County Jr. That's the one we said.
Jake Peralta.
Hey, Dunaway, you did good, and Claire did good.
Give
and
me my Tiggle bitties.
Claire is going to get all the naked video game fun she can handle.
Congratulations.
You're the winner.
You're a winner.
I lose. But you
No,
win.
you.
Yeah, and it's good. And so Brian's going to send you these because he's got your contact information.
Yep. I just put them in. Gave her links right now. They're Humble Bundle gifts. You just click on those and you get the game.
Yep. Our best
you.
to your weird bunch of sisters and brothers and stuff. Whatever you're doing over there. Whoop, there she goes.
Oh,
There she goes.
Hey, Dunaway. Despite all your
Hey,
technical
Scott
problems,
and
it all
Brian.
worked
Hey,
out
look,
just
it
fine.
sounds like my audio finally started working
Yeah.
5 seconds before you say, no, you.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, you're doing great. Here's the good
Yeah.
news. We're going to be doing You and I Play Retro episode this weekend. Make sure you check
Yeah, we
that
are.
out. It'll be before Film Sack, but after our play date this Saturday or this Friday. And that'll be at 2:30 Mountain Time. We'll record that show. And if you want the podcast version, you can get it at frogpants.com/playretro. Hey, is there anything
But what
else?
are we talking about?
Oh, what are we? Fester's Quest up through Family, all the Addams Family games.
Values.
All the old
Not
ones.
all. Jeez, man. Under promise. Jeez, come
Well,
on.
that's true. The ones that you all know of. We're talking NES, Super NES, Genesis era stuff.
That greatest selling pinball game of all time that we mentioned the other day. Yep,
Oh,
yep,
right.
yep.
Yeah. Thanks to Brian, we're going to bring that up because I think
Nice,
prior to that
good.
we hadn't thought of it, but we
Yeah.
are going to do that. So that'll be a lot of fun, don't you think, Dunaway? Don't you think?
I can't wait. No, you. What? Don't do it.
Kiss our butts. All right, he's out. Well, that was chaos in a bucket.
Boy, I mean, were we thinking it was going to be anything besides that?
I guess not. Now that I think about it, I mean, it was Claire after all. It was cursed from the beginning. You're going to have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Time for a little bit of news. The news today is brought to you by...
The Piano Challenge is back. Amanda's fundraising for the Walk to End Alzheimer's in Nashville this year, and in this day and age, almost everyone is affected by Alzheimer's. Amanda walks for her grandma Jane. Help fight Alzheimer's by donating to her fundraiser and receive a bonus gift. Each donation earns a piano request. Donate, then pick a song, and Amanda will post a video of her playing it on the piano. It's a win-win. We fight to get to a world without Alzheimer's together, and you get a piano rendition of your favorite song. Go to act.alz.org/go-to/musicalz or musicals. It was explained to me that, it's supposed to be musicals. It's very clever. To donate. The Piano Challenge is good till the end of the year.
Go check it out. Good luck to them. Sounds like a great cause as usual.
Great cause, and yeah, exactly. Love to hear some of her renditions of things.
We got a Utah story. I don't have the Utah Connection clip here anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I'll just say Canada. Canada! But really, it's about Utah. Pole dancing skeletons have raised some controversy here in my home state of Utah. I want to thank Captain Kipper for this story. He submitted this in our Discord.
It's funny. I've seen this photo, and I can't believe people are having a problem with this.
Yeah, people are weird. A Utah man's pole dancing skeleton display that ran afoul of local authorities for using a street sign has been moved to private property where it is steadily growing. I don't know what that means by growing, but whatever. Christopher Fujishin.
It's probably they probably keep adding to the display, is my guess.
Oh, is that what they mean? Okay, the display itself is growing. Got it.
Right.
Here, Chad, I'll show you this photo Brian was looking at too, so you can see it. There we go.
Oh, gotcha. Now I see what the issue is, the controversy is. It's not really about these skeletons on poles, on pole dancing.
Right. Hold on. I can't get the damn thing up. There we go. I'll let that play in the background. Christopher dude put up this Halloween thing next to a road outside of Grantsville, outside of his home there. Grantsville's kind of far from me. Anyway, featuring a purple wigged skeleton doing a pole dance on a road sign where other skeletons watch and offer money. City officials said on Facebook that the display violated city code by using the street sign for its dancing pole. The post, which has been since deleted, said the owner of the decorations had until 9 p.m. to take down this stuff or it would be confiscated by the local PD. He moved the skeletons to his yard, and local residents who saw the city's viral post started coming by to add their own decorations to the display, which now include lights and music. I would be annoyed if I was that guy. It's like, dude, this is my display. Get out of here. Anyway, whatever.
I don't know. I mean, maybe as long as they're adding something good to it, then
it feels like they're. It's not. I've been to Grantsville. This is no big deal. They could have probably let this one go. The sign wasn't obscured. You could still see it was a stop sign.
Yeah.
I don't freaking know.
Is that what it is? It was a stop sign with, as long as it's not covered, then sure, it makes sense.
Yeah, or just street sign of some sort. Some parents are pissed just because it's a stripper joke. And they don't like that because they're like, I don't want my kids watching fake skeletons not really dance and give fake money to a skeleton who's not really, it's just a little,
exactly.
It's a lot to get yourself worked up over, but
guess what? All skeletons are naked. Just, just.
Yeah, bad news.
It's the only defense you need.
Yeah, they're the most naked, aren't they?
They're the most naked. Exactly.
I have a plastic one over there, and all he's wearing is Patrick's French scarf around his neck.
Oh, so that one technically is not naked.
Nope. That's as dressed as he's ever been. And he's going to stay that way. Here's a fun one. A runaway tortoise.
Can you really call...
a slowly
Can you really
meander
put those
away.
two words together? Yeah, a crawl away, a meander away.
A barely moving creature away. Tortoise found 5 miles from his home 3.5 years later. No.
Oh, wow. Aw.
Sheriff's deputies.
I'm running away.
I know. I'm out of here. Wait, you're still. It's been a week. Where are you going? I'm still going. Florida's Wildlife Animal Rescue found this thing. They captured a loose African sulcata, probably.
Maybe.
Tortoise?
Sulcata, yeah.
Sulcata, something like that. And the reptile was later found to have escaped his home 3.5 years ago. They found this thing, let's see, a nonprofit exotic animal refuge in Putnam County, which was the rescue that lost him. He is definitely someone's tortoise, and he likes people and pats heads, and likes head pats, says the sheriff's office.
Nice.
The refugee. Why did I say that? The refuge also posted about the tortoise on social media and soon received a flood of tips from members of the public about this tortoise that they had reported missing in the same area in April 2020. She was missing for 3.5 years and found 5 miles away where she originally escaped, says the refugee. Says the refuge. Why is that word doing that to me?
I don't know, but it's you don't have to read it like a refugee, Scott.
I do it every time.
Don't have to read like a refugee.
I used to like that song. I don't think I do now. Okay, I think I
Oh,
don't
really?
like it as much. Yeah, if I hear it now, I just kind of go.
Oh, I like it.
Maybe
Can't think of a Tom Petty song I don't like right now.
How about Free Fallin'? How do you feel about that?
I still like Free Fallin'. Yeah.
How do you feel about
Running Down a Dream? Still like.
I like that. Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah.
How about that's all I got.
Last Dance with Marianne.
I'm on fire.
Or Mary Jane. Marianne. Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Yeah, he was great.
Can't really call it a euphemism for pot if you call it Marianne. I'm going
That's
to go
true.
and smoke some Marianne.
It doesn't really work that way.
No.
But anyway, the turtle's in rough shape, but safe. So
Good.
So hold your calls, calm down. The turtle
Back
is
to
safe.
its owners.
Yep.
Thank you, Florida Animal Rescue.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. Thank you also for Brian for bringing songs to the middle of the show. We're going to play one now. Brian, why don't you tell us about this indie in the middle?
Yeah, let's go to L.A. for some punk music. This is a band called Foreclosure, 2 words, F-O-R, Closure, fronted by vocalist Jiz Laszlo from the bands Dr. No, UK Subs, and The Freeze. This is their brand new single, Carousel. Their debut album is going to be coming out next year, early 2024. But if you like Superchunk, The Doughboys, or Sam I Am, you're going to like this. Here is Foreclosure and Carousel.
Woo, the most beautiful body in professional wrestling. I am the baddest dude that walks the streets today, Chump Hogan. And you think about that, Chump, because you could not beat me. You could not even beat Sylvester Stallone in the movie Rocky 3. Everybody's chicken to wrestle me.
I'll teach you how to hit this ball right over the fence. Come on, it'll be fun.
And we returned. Who is that again?
Yeah, that's a band called Foreclosure. I say it with a space because it's F-O-R, Closure. Brand new single called Carousel. Big thanks to Mind Power Records for sending this one along.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice, as always. Big thanks to them. Brian's got contacts, man. He's got like
I
connections.
got contacts. I got my feelers all over the damn place.
That's right. That's who you are. And now that's who this is. Hold on. Why can't... Oh, there it is.
Kind of in a tough spot here, Tom. Sorry.
It's Tom Merritt, everybody. He is Ace Detect in the world you know on all the socials. I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but he's here today to talk about tech news, all in advance of the Daily Tech News Show. Hi, Tom.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No one can ever spell Ace Detect, but it's certainly good to get it out there.
You're the reason I can. Had I not known you, I probably would have never had a reason to, but I wouldn't have known how to spell it.
Yeah, there's no one else who spells it the way I spell it. I've told the story before, but the reason my ridiculous username is spelled incorrectly is because when I originally signed up for Concentric ISP in like 1996, I screwed up the sign up, and when I tried to change it, they're like, that username is already taken. So I had to spell it wrong.
Crap. And it's stuck, and now everyone knows it. It's a household name. It's fine now.
Darn it. Yeah.
I think that's the shortest I've ever told that story.
Well done.
Yeah,
It's
shorter all the time.
You're like a flesh version of what I use Chat GPT for. I use it all the time to shorten stuff.
Am I just Chat GPT?
It's my main use case. I will literally take like an entire show document, copy the whole thing out, even all the dumb notes and stuff, throw it in there and say, make me a 700 character reduction. and it does a really good job of that. So, my chief use of AI right now. Anyway.
Not a bad one.
No, it's not bad. It works.
I find when I do that with some shows, it works better than others. The more facts you want it to include, the worse it gets.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if it's kind of fluffy and you just need to sort of sum things up, it's not bad.
Like you just want to like, hey, they talked about this, this, and that. It's not too bad.
Yeah, and I also found this is I don't know if this is like a war yet. If we're having platform wars, but Google Bard, the latest version of Google Bard, did a better job this week or last week for core than GPT did. So I don't know what that means, but I guess.
What about Claude? Have you tried Claude?
No,
from Anthropic.
But I hate that name already.
Yeah,
probably because of the way I'm saying it. They just say Claude.
I could deal with Claude, but if I'm required to say it
annoyingly non-French but trying to sound French,
Claude.
If I'm required to go Claude, I think I'm out. I think I can't.
Yeah, no, they don't. That's me. They don't require that. I shouldn't do that to them.
Well, Tom, it's good to have you here. Let's talk about the bubbling tech news of the day. What's going on?
Did you hear about this PS5 Slim kerfuffle?
Is it the must require an internet connection to use the extra drive?
Yeah. So the facts of the case. Did you talk about that?
We haven't yet. I just read about it this morning. Yeah.
Okay, so the boxes are showing up in retail. Yeah. We still don't know when it's gonna go on sale. That's kind of a side story here. Is like I think Sony's just like when you run out of the other ones, put these on the shelf rather than having a launch date. I'm not quite sure, but the boxes are showing up in retail, and of course some retail employee took a picture and it's out there. On the box is a note that says internet connection required to pair disk drive and PS5 console on setup.
Which is weird.
And that is causing quite a lot of consternation. If you buy the PS5 Slim with the disk drive included, will that be the case? Is this only if you buy the disk drive separately? Is it just at setup, or is it going to be every time you stick a disk in it? Like, I mean, obviously it says to pair the disk drive on setup, but it's causing a lot of people to go, oh, great, that now I have to rely on the internet when I just want to rely on disks, which particularly for the disk crowd, that's a thing, right? One of the reasons a lot of people are holding on to only buying games on disks is they just don't trust the internet. And so this is particularly designed to, well, probably not designed intentionally, but it's particularly well suited, let's say, to annoying people who like disks.
So the one that comes with the drive, is it just... This makes me think it's loose in there, and you have to connect it, or at least set it up.
I mean, yeah, possibly. The drive is modular, right?
Right.
But I think it's attached when you buy it. I haven't opened one up, so I can't confirm this.
I would think so.
The PR pictures make it look like that disc is already attached when you buy the one that comes with it.
Right. So what that probably means. If it's attached on the one, if you're not buying it modularly and you're buying it with it, my guess is during setup, it needs you to be online to do something. And that's true of the console itself, right? You got to connect to the internet for the most part. Although there are people out there that are just, I'm never hooking this up to the internet. I just want my discs. So these are going to be the ones that are the most ticked if there has to be some kind of internet setup that they don't want to do. And I understand that. I think it's a little odd.
Off the grid.
Well, I'm just trying to think from like a technical standpoint why Sony needs you to do that. It's a piece of hardware that you plug in.
That's a good exercise.
Do they need it to lock to your account so that somehow you can't share it with a friend? Share your drive with a friend,
or a piracy combating thing of that. I think it's probably an authentic parts thing. Like we want to make sure that you are only attaching an authentic PS5 disc player, which would also be an anti-piracy thing. Like we don't want you to have some modded player that can play pirated discs. Yeah. So it's probably has to do with anti-piracy somewhere at the root of it, is my guess. I'm sure Sony might say something about like wanting to protect the users from those who prey on them with inferior blah blah blah, which that's also true.
Sure.
But yeah, that's the only reason I can think of. Or there's some anti-piracy software that it wants to download to that disk and wants to make sure that it's on there at launch. Again, the only reasons I could think of are anti-piracy.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, and I think that they also want to check that thing to make sure it's got current firmware, because those get updated on controllers all the time. I'm having to update those. It feels like every couple.
Okay,
of months.
there's a good one that might have to be anti-piracy, although the firmware is always about anti-piracy. But saying like at setup, we want to make sure you have the current firmware.
Yeah.
You'll connect to the internet for whatever reason along the way, or we can give you a pop-up later to tell you to check for firmware. But we want to make sure you have the freshest at setup. That alone, right there, that could be.
That seems like a thing you'd want to do. It's interesting. What surprises me is that if these are already showing up in stores, big chain stores, and they're being told, push or whatever they're being told about pushing out current models before you put them on the shelf or whatever, I'm shocked there's not one already leaked and in the wild. Like that always happens.
That somebody hasn't like bought one.
Yeah, and maybe they have and they're keeping it quiet, but
yeah.
I think probably sooner than later we'll see one of those in the wild, and then we'll have some more confirmation on this. Also, there's the question of when that guy fires it up, he's not supposed to have it until some other date. Does this give Sony? I don't know. I don't like that they. I don't like it when hardware requires this sort of thing. I think the reason people even want that disc, the reason Sony's making it modular is because people are making this choice. So feed into that and say, well, all right, you people making the choice. Here's a peripheral. Done. That's all you got to do. I don't know. Yeah. Things are weird now, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll bet one gets leaked within a week.
Interesting to see if Sony responds to it and if they do what they say about it. But my guess is like, we are protecting the user, like Tron.
And we have, we call our new drive Rootkit Junior.
And they'll throw a disc at the journalists. And
brilliant. I would love, and hey, now you're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. I like that. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that and other cool stories that pop up on the Daily Tech News Show today. I'll be on there today. It's Wednesday. I love being on. Tom, is there anything else happening there or elsewhere you'd like to talk about?
On DTNS today, I imagine we're probably, I could maybe take a look because Sarah's working on the rundown right now. No, she hasn't got that in there yet, but I bet we're going to talk about Qualcomm's new chips. Interesting bit about the chip is new chips for earbuds use Wi-Fi to improve audio quality. You can do lossless and extend the range farther than Bluetooth. So
in theory, you're in the house and you might get better sound there because you got a Wi-Fi connection, but you leave the house and it might drop a little because you're just Bluetooth somewhere else, right? Is that the idea?
Well, the last one I would reverse. Like, yes, you're in the house, you've got your Wi-Fi, that can improve your audio quality.
Yeah.
But let's say you're on your phone, you're listening to music on your phone in a corner of the house. You walk out of the room, but you leave your phone. We've all probably done this where you walk a little too far and the audio drops, right?
Right.
Well, if your Wi-Fi is covering your whole house, which you've probably worked hard to do, this chip can use Wi-Fi to keep that music playing without you, even though you've lost your Bluetooth connection.
Oh, interesting. I do that all the time where I leave my phone somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
And I'll be like, why is the music cracking up? Oh, because my phone's way over there.
Like, oh, I broke the cord.
And then there are times where I'm surprised how far I can go. Like, like Bluetooth in my head is like early Bluetooth was like, you can't be more than 5 feet away from this thing.
Yeah, it could even be in your pocket. Like my phone couldn't be in the pocket if I wanted a clear signal. The
signal got degraded enough.
Exactly. It had to be like sitting in my hand, which kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, like what's the point? Well, cool. That's something. We'll talk about all this stuff later today. Tom Merritt, everybody. And like I said, Ace Detect on the social medias. All right, it's Ace Detect. There's just a D. There's no
ACEDT.
Yeah, and once you know the pattern. Easy. Piece of cake. Tom Merritt, have a fantastic day. We'll see you at 2.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, why won't this work? Okay. Yeah, like what's the point?
Oh,
well, cool. That's oh, geez. Okay. Did you hear that? That was weird.
I heard all that. I heard every bit of it.
That was coming from Tom. I think it's his routing he does. And I think he switched it over back to what's default.
But he did it before he disconnected.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. So we caught some of his stream. Anyway, there you go. There's Tom Merritt. Now let's get some recommendals on. I didn't see anything from Nicole, or have we? Let's see. Oh, we did.
She sent a video.
Excellent. Okay, so let me pull this up then. Okay.
If I still had my audio file from that movie, I could have sent it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not new. This one, right? This is a
No, but it's a good one. It's a really good one to recommend
sure.
This month.
We'll take it twice. Everything twice is nice. That's what I think and believe.
Everything twice is nice.
In the heart of hearts. Okay, let's do this here thing.
Well, what do you recommend?
I recommend a segment on Wednesdays called Recommendals, and I recommend it because a couple of good friends come by. We talk about cool stuff streaming on services that maybe you have or are currently subscribed to, and we're happy to have them here with us. Let's start with Nicole Spag. Hi, Nicole.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Doing all right.
Doing all
a
right?
lot better than last week.
How's Mateo doing? Is he
He's
better
doing.
shape?
We're over the hump.
Oh,
So we're on the mend.
All right.
Good.
Carter might have to get her tonsils out.
What?
Yeah. So this is the second time she's gone on an international trip where when she got home, she has tonsil stones or whatever those are called.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
The little white things, right?
yeah, little white things that jam up in your. You can get them out. I've seen videos. It's horrible, and terrifying.
I used to knock them out with my tongue.
Ooh.
You just kind of go, like.
Yeah. Well, she's got one of them out. The other one's still in there, but her doctor's like, yeah, you may end up having to get those out. So
Really, just over tonsil stones.
At all.
I know.
Jeez.
There's a device. There's like a almost like a tooth cleaner, like a jet water thing,
like a water
that you
pick
can,
kind of thing. That
but it's for your tonsil stones.
Interesting.
So
have you ever? Anyone else ever had one? Brian, you ever have a tonsil stone?
Never had never heard of a tonsil stone.
I've heard of them, never had one. My tonsils are still here, not removed. Kim's has hers still,
Correct.
but
I still have mine as well. Yeah.
all my kids have them except now this thing with Carter. So I don't know. They're just like every time this happens, she gets like really horrible cough. Like it's a whole thing. Anyway,
I had mine out at 21, and I wish I had better news for her. It is awful.
It's miserable, right? It's terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Horrendous.
Get all that ice cream you can get.
I hated it.
Also with us, tonsil. I don't know if he's tonsil free or not, but Randy's here also. Hi, Randy Jordan.
Good morning stream. I'll tell you what I am. I am at a loss for words.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine how to enter this conversation. So looking around.
I'm blown away by Randy being at a loss for words. That seems to be a thing I never ever thought I'd hear.
Yeah, my usual radio thing, that trick they teach you in college, is you just look around and you start talking, right, about whatever you're seeing. So
Sure.
I'm like,
That I believe.
Scott's wearing a Utah sweater.
Sure.
Hey, have you seen the videos of this guy who interviews people at Utah and at BYU and compares them?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that.
No, I have not seen that.
Hysterical. I'm going to send you a link. His TikTok channel is so freaking funny.
So he just finds two people and compares them?
Yeah, he goes back and forth between Utah and BYU and asks people the same questions.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, who is this picture a picture of? And the people at Utah are like, oh, that's Beyonce. And the people at BYU are like, I have no idea. I've never seen that person.
Yeah.
The way I was visualizing was he walks up and finds two people walking along the campus and says, oh, you're taller than him. Oh, yeah, you're blonder than he is. He just compares the two people he finds he walks up to.
That would be a hell of a TikTok channel for sure.
Yeah, I don't think that would go very well for a very long time. Anyway.
That's interesting. You'll have to send me a link. I'm curious about it.
Yeah, apparently Utah is just like a place of normal people.
Yeah, University of Utah is a very normal campus. It's a very like what you'd think of a college campus in America. It's U of U's fine. BYU's got some stuff. They got some issues.
Sure,
it's a little weird over there. You can't even have a beard. Or no, maybe they changed that this year. I can't remember, but I think for the longest time they had a dress code or a conduct code thing, and part of it was no beards.
And they have an honor code, which is very interesting.
Oh yeah, that honor code. You look up soaking, everybody. Anyway, moving on.
Oh no. I don't need to. I already know what it is.
You already know what it is. All right, we are going to dive right in. Randy or Brian, we're going to start with yours. You got a clip here for us. What's
I have
up?
a clip, and I'm going to use the same joke I've used a couple times, but it was great to watch a series that put Luke Skywalker, Captain Pike, President Roslin, and Elliot from ET all in one place. That just
sounds very sci-fi. Yes,
very, very. It's a whole big sci-fi thing. It's a sci-fi convention, really, is what it is. pretty sure 90% of the audience knows what I'm talking about, but let's play the clip for the other 10%.
All right, here you go.
Mr. Pym has some important paperwork for each of you.
Ooh, paperwork from the Pym Reaper, always a blast.
Yeah, I prefer not to sign anything without my guy looking at it first. Or not.
While we're on the subject, and I hate to be the one to point this out, but if there were ever any one of us collecting or even bartering in family secrets, I think we all know who that is.
Aw, f you very much, Victorine.
No infighting. Jesus, have some dignity. You want to watch me sign it? I'll sign it right now.
How do you spell Froderick?
All right, get the jokes out now because this isn't funny. Fortunato is the reason you exist. It's the reason you can have your little knockoffs, your heart implants, your debutante balls.
Debutante balls, is that what you think I do?
The company is the family, and we expect each of you to defend it with your life. And if anyone comes after us, we will exhaust our arsenal until the threat's neutralized.
By neutralized, you mean sued into oblivion, taken out of the board, out of the will, on the streets.
Neutralized. Like dead.
I don't know what this is.
Like dead. That is Fall of the House of Usher. The newest Mike Flanagan miniseries on Netflix. Get watching it because Halloween is just a few days away, and boy, oh boy, is this the Halloweeniest of Halloween things that he's done. This is his adaptation of not just the Poe short story, The Fall of the House of Usher, but kind of all, well, not all, but like all the biggies, all of Poe's greatest hits represented here in The Fall of the House of Usher. You get your Pit and the Pendulum, The Raven, Rue Morgue, Mask of the Red Death, Telltale Heart, all that stuff. And it's all modernized with a family that makes the Roys look like the Tanners on Full House. The
wow.
Roys from Succession. These people are horrible.
They sound like
but
excellent.
But you love watching them. You just cannot stop
Is it
watching.
gory? Is it gory?
It's gory. There's some blood. Yeah. It's
I mean, Flanagan's not that gory though with his stuff. It's usually kind of a mix.
right. It's not slasher movie gory, but there's a fair amount.
It's not like I for me it's everything like past Saw. You know the movie Saw.
This is
Saw.
this is not as gory as Saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we
Yeah,
go.
that sounds right for Flanagan. And this is his last joint on Netflix before the jump
is
to
it really?
yeah, because he's over at Prime now doing new stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
there was a big deal about that because they're not going to do the second season of the not Midnight Mass, the other one, Midnight Story Club.
Midnight Club.
Yeah, that's it.
Midnight, was that just Midnight Club?
Midnight
right?
Club. That was last year's
Yeah.
his big thing last year, and every year he's had something, right? Like the
Every year, yeah.
Haunted
House,
Hill
the
House, and all
Haunted
that.
Hill, or the Haunting of Bly Manor, and
Yeah. And I think this is it. So no more. of
cool.
him.
Well, he's going out with a bang because this is fantastic. Yes, Randy.
I went out of my way to not see any like trailer or anything
Good,
written about this thing. I want to go in completely cold. So, but I have to ask, when you say Captain Pike, you mean Bruce Greenwood and not
I mean
Anson
Bruce
Mount?
Yes, I mean Bruce
Okay.
Greenwood. Yep.
All right.
So let me give you a rundown of who you get in this thing because it's a fantastic cast. I think of all of his things, this is probably the most recognizable list of cast members. Even though you do get his typical go-tos like Henry Thomas, who I think has been in everything.
Yeah.
Kate Siegel, who's his wife and who I think has been in everything. You also get Carla Gugino, who
Often
is
in all those things too. Yeah.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was in the house.
Oh, she was the mom in
one.
the house, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
when she was older, and then she was the mom to the kid from ET. What's his name? You just said his name, Henry Thomas.
Henry
and then
Thomas,
the
yeah.
other one, the other person that's always in these things is Bruce Greenwood. Is often in his stuff.
Oh,
and he's
is he
in this.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
see, I didn't remember him being in these as well. All right. Mary McDonnell, who you know as President Rosalind from Battlestar Galactica. That's who you're hearing prominently in.
That's
in
what's
the
so
clip we just played.
familiar in her voice. I couldn't place
Yes.
it. Okay.
She's excellent. So she's basically Bruce Greenwood's sister. Bruce Greenwood is the patriarch of the family, the father of these 6 horrible children. Horrible children. Mary McDonnell plays Madeline Usher, his sister. They have a great origin story that's just fantastic. And then all of his children are Henry Thomas, Kate Siegel, Rahul Cole, Samantha Sloan.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Rahul Kohli, that's the sheriff from Midnight Mass, yeah?
Yes. I think that's right. Yes, Sheriff Hassan in Midnight Mass.
There
yes.
he is.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
And he was also in Haunting of Bly Manor as Owen Sharma and Ravi Chakrabarti in iZombie.
Oh, okay. No, he's great. This is Flanagan sure likes to bring his friends everywhere he goes, doesn't he?
He does. Another one is Samantha Sloyan, who was big in Midnight Mass. She was the super churchy. Was she? She wasn't a nun though, was she? She was just a super churchy.
She's just an evil helper.
An evil helper, exactly. She was on Scandal and Grey's Anatomy and all that. And then kind of the newcomer. Well, I guess she was also in Haunting of Bly Manor, but she, like, in the last few years, we have been seeing Tanya Miller, T-Nia Miller. It might be Tanya Miller or Tania Miller. But you've seen her recently in, oh God, what was was it The Peripheral? She was the kind of the villain in The Peripheral. She's the black woman with a shaved head who is the most fascinating person to watch.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about her.
She's so interesting, dude. I'm with you 100%.
She really
yeah.
is. She was also in The Diplomat. She was in Foundation. La
Sex
Fortuna,
Education
Sex
too,
Education.
right? Yeah, she's great. Really, really good.
She is great. Those all are the people who play his children. And then you've got a little guy named Mark Hamill who plays Pym, the lawyer, the family's lawyer, who might be deep down the most evil one of them all, but you don't know it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
God, the whole thing. We finished the final episode. Oh yeah, Carl Lumbly. I don't want to skip past Carl Lumbly because you remember him from just recently in Dr. Sleep, which a couple of you guys just watched, but also Alias.
Also directed by Flanagan, by the way. Dr. Sleep. He just
Right.
pulls these people everywhere he
That's
goes.
right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Let's see. Captain America: Brave New World. He was Isaiah Bradley. I'm sorry, not Captain America. The other Captain America or the Falcon
Winter Soldier.
thing.
Yeah. He was also really good in Alias. That's where I first saw him, I think.
He was fantastic in Alias.
Yeah. Really good on there. And I forget he's a longtime DC voice actor whenever they need the Martian Manhunter guy. He's very cool as that character.
Right. John Jones. Yes, exactly.
He's awesome.
Yeah, and even was John Jones on Supergirl. Oh no, he was John Jones' dad on Supergirl.
Supergirl, the TV show?
Supergirl, the TV show.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Berlanti Supergirl deal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway, Fall of the House of Usher. If I've not talked you into it yet, please let me email me directly and I'll talk you into it.
Here's what you can do for me.
What's
So
that?
now we get a new series from Flanagan every year, right? We got Hill House and Midnight Mass. And last year was a stumble. Midnight Club was purposeless. And I was a little disappointed, but it's because his stuff is so good otherwise.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you saying this is a return to form?
Without a doubt. This is I enjoyed, I think, House on Haunted Hill prior to this Fall of House of Usher. I think I put House on Haunted Hill or whatever the first one was.
Haunting of Hill House. Haunting of Hill House.
Listen, Haunting Hill and House. They use that so much in different forms in movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
That prior to watching this was my favorite Flanagan. I think this moved it up. Like this became number one and I'm sorry, moved the Haunting of Hill House down.
Oh, down a slot. I love that one too.
Down a slot,
Huge fan. I really like that one. That and Midnight Mass were kind of fighting for first place, so it'll be interesting to see what I think of this one. How long is this? Like 6 episodes or?
This is 8 episodes.
8.
Each one is about an hour. Rainbow Bright asks, "Is it scary? Scary?" It is. It is. suspenseful.
This is great.
Yeah.
It's suspenseful,
Okay.
scary.
Okay.
There's very, very few jump scares over the course of 8 episodes, maybe 2 jump scares. But it's all in the suspense and the mystery and the way that the story is told. And it's largely told in flashback. You'll find that out in the first episode. And that, God, it's just brilliantly done.
That's what I liked about Midnight Mass is it wasn't necessarily scary. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
But it's it's what you're trying to explain here. It's a different kind of
Yes.
scary. It's what Flanagan does, actually. His whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all 5 of his shows, they're all very different styles of horror.
Yeah.
Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor. One's a haunted house movie. The other one's kind of like a historical thing. Midnight Mass was more of like an island that's plagued by monsters, witches and stuff. I'm trying to remember exactly what Midnight Mass is. The issue with Midnight Mass was.
Yeah.
And then Midnight Club is your smaller kind of anthology story about a bunch of kids. But Fall of the House of Usher is.
And don't forget his movies.
Yeah,
like
his movies are
everybody
great.
has slept on this movie called Hush that he and his wife made.
Oh, it's so good.
And
It's so
yeah,
good.
it is so good.
2016 Oculus, the 2013 is also very good. It's nothing to do with VR. His Gerald's Game adaptation I thought was awesome, and that was
right, which features your Bruce Greenwood and Carla Gugino, Gugino and the 2 leads, right?
Yep. That book gave me the frickin' willies, and I thought the movie was kind of dead on, and of course Dr. Sleep. Anyway, he's just great. So I'm very happy to hear this is a nice return to form.
Dr. Sleep is the only one of his movies that I've seen, so now I need to put his list on here.
The word is he's going over to the very first thing he's going to do at Prime is a proper television version of the Dark Knight series, which I could not be more excited about.
Can I tell you another thing that he's currently working on? Ready to have your mind blown? He's working on a remake to Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
Oh my Lord, really?
Starring Bob Odenkirk.
Why?
Of course, Kate Siegel.
Why is he doing that? That seems
I don't
crazy.
know.
That's really weird.
Is there a way to win? It feels like it's you're just setting yourself up to either make something that's good that everyone doesn't care because it's good. It was more fun when it was a bad movie,
sure.
Or you don't do it well and then you get lambasted for that.
Yeah,
I don't feel like there's any way to win with this.
Yeah. Well, he's cool. I'm glad this is good. I can't wait to watch it. That's Netflix, correct? Yes.
That's right. The Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix. Again, bear into it and watch it before Halloween because it's fantastic.
Nice. All right. Let's roll over to Nicole. Nicole, I got a clip here from you. Anything you want to say about it? I know we've covered it before, but we're going to revisit it today.
We'll go back to it since it's a Halloween type movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and I just watched it. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh,
it's fun.
All right.
It's hard. I mean, I didn't love it, but
would you?
It's a mecha.
You'd call it a mecha-mental. All right.
I think I enjoyed it more than you did.
Did you really enjoy it? I'm curious to talk about it then.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about why I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, here's your bit of a clip, and then we'll talk.
You're the one with the
Whoops.
power.
It's kind of quiet.
And all you got to do is take it back. How do I do that? Focus on your needs.
I mean, I just haven't thought about any of my needs in years.
But if you were to stop focusing on his needs, what would happen?
If I don't...
Yeah, what would happen? Stop focusing on his needs, what would happen?
He won't grow to full power.
Exactly. He won't grow to full power. What? That's so weird. Why would you phrase it like that? But yes, he's right. He's absolutely right.
All right. Tell us again about Renfield.
Renfield is streaming on Amazon Prime, I believe. Is it Prime? Yeah.
It is Prime, yes.
Yep. So this stars Nicolas Cage as Count Dracula, and who who's the guy that plays Renfield?
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt.
Otherwise
He was
known
in
as
this little movie about Drive Across the Desert
it's-
called Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, Thelma and
it was
Louise.
called,
No, Furry and Louise.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
No, some other desert movie.
It's Furry Chode. I don't know what it is. Something
Oh
like
my
that.
God, guys, stop it!
Oh, Mad Max. I forgot. Yeah, he was in Mad Max.
Yes, he was. What a lovely day. Of course he was.
Look,
Anyway.
look at that.
Yeah.
By the way, I found an old Entertainment Weekly with Fury Road on it. I'm going to send it to you.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
What? Like before it came out, like it was a preview issue or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I would pay you for that.
I don't know why I held on to it, but I found it
no
in.
kidding.
That's because you're that good of a friend and you knew that holding on to it was going to be amazing for us one day. You and I would share this moment. This is fantastic.
She just has to pull it out of the bottom of the parakeet's cage, but it'll be on its way to you.
Anyway, sorry. So what is it about this movie you felt was kind of meh for you? Because Brian really kind of raved about it, or didn't rave.
I really
but
liked it.
you
Yeah,
liked it.
It's a different take. I mean, it's a bit gory. I mean, I do not like Nicolas Cage's teeth.
Oh, really?
Oh,
His teeth really bothered me.
Weird.
That's a valid issue.
It was just a different take. I still don't understand how Renfield got his powers. I know it was bugs, but I don't understand why.
Because Dracula bit him, but did not transfer the full vampire powers over to him. So
I think I got lost in the semantics of how this all worked.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's like basically he just gets enough from the bugs to give him some powers, but not the full-on vampire powers.
I still don't understand it. But anyway,
I'm having such major deja vu right now because like you did recommend this like 3 months ago,
Yeah,
right?
it was like July or
July
something.
or June.
Okay,
yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting take. I'm looking at his teeth. There are a lot of them.
There's a lot.
I didn't notice this before in like trailers and stuff, but he's got like, I don't know, 4 times the amount of normal teeth in that mouth.
Yeah.
It has.
So is that kind of a Pennywise thing going on there?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
It's kind of like it's a very 1940s horror teeth. I'm trying to think, was it just Bela Lugosi's Dracula that had teeth like that?
I don't recall any teeth being like that in Dracula.
Yeah, I want to say that some old movie vampire had teeth like that, and maybe it was. I also might be thinking of Barnabas Collins from Dark Shadows too.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a. I could see you doing that, but yeah, I don't remember. I mean, this just seems like too many teeth, even for a vampire. Because vampires are supposed to just have the 2, and you make the 2 holes. You know, everyone's got them in their neck.
You gotta have more than just 2 teeth.
Well, sure, but you don't need 100 more. Look at all those. Here, I'll give you a picture.
I mean, I will say it was fun to kind of see. It was a different take to kind of do this self-help, and that's what you heard in the clip. He's trying. He's in an abusive relationship. He's just now realizing it after hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I mean, Akwafina is fine as. But I did not enjoy. I don't enjoy her in a serious role.
Yeah, you're speaking my language. She's so hit and miss for me. There are times where I really appreciate her, and then there are times where I'm like, I cannot stand what you're doing right now.
This one is Akwafina at about a level. Like if Akwafina's Nora from Queens is 10, and I would say that is kind of like the bar by which you measure all other Akwafina.
Peak Akwafina.
Then Shang-Chi is probably a 4 or 3, and this is probably a 7 or an 8.
You had me at peak.
Like I loved her voice acting in Raya.
Yeah, and did you see that movie where her grandmother is dying? And
yes, she was wonderful in that.
She was fantastic in that. And
yes.
that's Akwafina at about a 1 or a 2.
The Farewell.
The
Farewell, that was called? Never heard of it.
Yes, and that, boy, the best Akwafina thing, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it's
well, and she was in Crazy Rich Asians too, right?
Yeah, and that was about a level 4. Level 4.
That was like a 4. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is great.
That was a medium to hot.
I think this needs to be a diagram.
Oh yeah,
I
this
just
is
didn't
cool.
enjoy her in this movie. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
It was just.
I've never seen The Farewell. Is this worth seeing? This looks good.
Oh yes, yes. This will make you say, "Oh my God, I love Aquafina." Like this is the I think the best thing that she's done, and is also the most showcasey of her acting work.
It's got that T-Ma guy, Ty Ma, I think is how you say his name. I love that actor. I'll watch. You know what? Today's recommendal has pushed me toward a completely different movie with totally different actors.
You've recommended Scott right into The Farewell.
Yeah, appreciate
If you're
that.
looking for a Halloween type movie, Renfield it's okay. If you're looking for something Dracula based, I guess.
If you're looking for
not
something
your normal
Dracula based
vampire movie is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's just different.
Dracula based with a heavy tooth buff. You're in luck, everybody.
Did any of the Dracula stuff ever come out from the Universal Dark Universe thing, or did we just get?
I don't think so.
We just got Wolfman and.
What are you talking about?
Well, for a hot minute there, the Mummy,
Universal
right?
is going to try and compete. The Mummy, that's it. Universal is going to try and compete with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and reintroduce all of their monster characters one right after another, culminating in kind of like a team up kind of situation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a book that me and Mateo, the series we're reading. It's on Audible called Ghost Sitter.
Oh,
I recommend that one if you have kids and you're looking for a great set of books. And it's all monster team up. So
nice. Is it?
it has the Mummy. It has Dracula. It has zombie.
Who's too young for that, or what's the age cap? Would you say for that book?
I'm 47. I'm really enjoying it.
No, I mean like for the kids, because obviously you're reading it with Mateo. So is he?
Yeah. I mean, Ava's 8 and she's fine with it.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
It's all through Audible, and it's all separate voice actors, so it's almost like a radio program.
I always like those when they're done right. Sometimes they're bad, but I like group audiobooks. Like
it's called Ghost Sitter, and there's 4 books on Audible.
World War Z was like that, and it was amazing. If you want to hear one of the best performances Alan Alda ever did inside or outside of television, he did this amazing segment of World War Z, the book, not the movie, nothing to do with the movie, but the book is all these actors, famous actors doing parts, and it was so good. Oh my gosh. I love that. So now we've recommended like 8 things on top of this.
I know.
Renfield,
other than Renfield.
Farewell.
According to the Dark Universe wiki, so the first one, as Rainbow Bright pointed out, is Dracula Untold. That's the first movie is part of that Dark Universe. So I guess I need to watch that now. But then we had The Mummy, The Invisible Man. Renfield apparently is part of, according to this wiki, listed as part of the Universal Dark Universe.
Oh, really?
As is The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which was the movie that is based on one chapter of the Dracula book.
Oh, so they're still making a thing?
There's another Universal Monsters film 2024 that's in pre-production, The Invisible Woman, The Wolfman, Van Helsing, all in development, which blows my mind that I thought they'd abandoned this project.
Yeah, I thought this all got left on the floor.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know what they've probably done is scaled back because it's no longer Tom Cruise and, who was supposed to be Dr. Opposite. Russell Crowe, that's it.
Yeah, was your
Dr.
Dr. Frankenstein?
No, it was the other one that takes the drink and turns bad.
Oh, Dr. Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think probably they just scaled back their star power and they're still trying to do something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise is like, I'm out. I'm doing other stuff. All right. Well, excellent. There's your second of 4 recommendals. Now let's move to our third of 4, and it's Randy. Randy, tell us about your clip before I play it.
So, yes, we're all kind of on Halloween week, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a movie that's 30 years old. It had its 30th anniversary edition come out this past summer. And Max immediately put that remastered version on streaming. And it looks great, sounds great. And it's a great old comedy with a Halloween name. It's not really a Halloween movie, but it really has a Halloween name. And I just grabbed a clip from the first scene of the movie.
All right, here you go.
So tell me again, Why did you break up with Sherry?
Tony, I told you already, all right? She's a thief.
You don't honestly believe that.
Tony, she's a klepto, all right? Listen, to this day, I still don't know where my cat is.
Joe, every time you meet a nice girl that you can get close to, you come up with some paranoid reason why you should break up with her.
That's not true. I broke up with those girls for very good reasons.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? What about Jill?
She was in the mafia.
She was in the mafia?
Yes, the Cosa Nostra. The whole time we went out, she didn't tell me what she did for a living.
Charlie, she was unemployed. She didn't have a job.
Well, that's just a perfect cover now, isn't it?
All right, all right. What about Pam?
She smelled like soup.
So that's clearly Mike Myers, but I don't know the movie.
Oh, it's So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, well, shit, I've seen that. How come I don't remember all that dialogue? I don't remember any of that.
Whoa, man.
Yeah,
Hard
I didn't capture that. I can't stand that one little part.
Oh, really?
It drives you crazy. But such a great film, written by a guy named Robbie Fox, who this is his the most famous film he's ever written. Directed by Thomas Schlamm, who's really a TV guy, but they brought in Mike Myers, gave him this character, and let him invent other characters as well to put in the movie. For instance, he plays his own dad, and he just imitates his actual real life dad. Mike Myers' dad was this weird person, and he does a bunch of ad-libbing that ends up becoming another movie or series, 25 years later. It's really, really funny. Nancy Travis is the axe murderer that he marries, and it just got all of these comic vignettes. You gotta rewatch it. You gotta see Phil Hartman.
It's been a while, but I remember I used to love that movie, but it's been so long I don't remember jack.
There's the Alcatraz tour guide. Oh my God. Yeah. One of my favorite. He's in there for 4 minutes, but he's so fantastic.
Yeah. So
also appearances by Charles Grodin, Stephen Wright, what's her name? Amanda Plummer is the friend who he just can't figure out what in the world is going on. That's Honey Bunny from Pulp Fiction.
Was she also
Honey Bunny.
Why am I thinking she was in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? What am I thinking of? Who is that? That's
you're
somebody
thinking
else.
of Glenn Headley, probably?
No, maybe.
Think of the Fisher King.
Oh, okay, I know who it is now.
Yeah.
You did
and
it.
then
Fisher King got me
he
there.
was just in that clip you played, he was talking to Anthony LaPaglia, who is such a great straight man for Mike Myers. They just have incredible chemistry. And like I say, this is 30th anniversary. Came out 30 years ago. I just rewatched it so I could feel the feels, and it never lets up. Funny, fun, heartwarming.
Dang. 30 years. So that'd have been 93, 92.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's crazy. I don't like thinking about that. Too much time has passed. Where was this streaming? Sorry.
It's on Max. And like I say, they have the new 30th anniversary edition, which did not add or subtract anything. It's just remastered in 4K. And like I say, what really struck me was that it sounds real good. They did a very good job on the sound for this thing. A lot of these like 30 and 40-year-old movies, when they go to streaming, they end up with that upside down sound problem where you can hear all the ambience much louder than the dialogue.
Yes.
This was great.
He may have been just out of SNL at this point, right? Like had just left or maybe was close to leaving. He may have filmed it while he was still a cast member, but it was right around the time that he was leaving and about to explode with
I don't remember that timeline exactly.
Yeah,
I know that Mike Myers in his book, he talks quite a bit about the development of his character of his own dad, because of course, the book is an autobiography. He talks a lot about growing up with his dad. And it's just shocking to see this thing. Cause like you would think it wouldn't age well, you would think this is, it's too far, like The Love Guru wasn't good to start and it's aged terribly,
Yeah.
But no, it's perfect beginning to end. Nicole, you said you've seen this?
Oh yeah. When it came out, I loved it. It's great. It's a good rewatch too. It holds up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm going to watch it. I'm already watching one of your recommendals, Randy, tonight. I think it's tonight. Well, anyway, Kim and I are watching that It Follows thing based on your recommendation.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
And Kim was excited because I hadn't seen it, and she's like, "Finally, one you haven't seen." So we're gonna watch it together.
Oh, crazy that she's seen it and you haven't. Wow.
Yeah. Well, no, she hasn't seen it either. We're both gonna see it for the first time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
She's just tired of me. I have always seen stuff that we do for horror movies, and it's because I feel like I'm vetting them for her a little bit. Because she's like Nicole, she doesn't like the gore, she doesn't like slashers, and so I'm like, well, I've seen this one and it's okay, so that's how we've been doing it. But this one is based purely on Randy's recommendation. So Randy, if you're wrong, I'll let you know. All right.
Well, my pitch has evolved. I'm now on the whole thing where a scary movie has a cast that's entirely made up of 19 to 24-year-old actors that are like really good. They're just not really well known yet.
Yeah.
And like it follows as the pinnacle of that.
Oh, good.
So like try to enjoy the actors and their
All right.
their take on their own characters, and they just have fun in this movie.
I'm in. All right, here's mine. You're gonna hear. I'll tell you right now. The title of this is gonna sound like I did like what I did last week. So last week I talked about predators inside the Boy Scouts of America as for a documentary, and you might think, Scott, no more of that, please. It's all very depressing. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Right.
This week it's literally called Predators, but it's not anything about people. It's a nature documentary. And here's a clip. See if you recognize the voice.
In Tanzania's Serengeti, a notorious Brotherhood of Cheetos. They command this vast hunting territory. But their status is under attack. Rivals are closing in. The battle is no longer just to stay on top, but to stay alive as they try to cling on to their mighty alliance.
Anyone recognize the voice?
It's Tom Hardy.
It's Tom Hardy.
Oh, is it really? Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever heard his actual voice.
Yeah, that's Tom. In fact, the closest you get to real Tom Hardy voice, I feel like, is probably Star Trek Nemesis is the closest to his real accent.
Wow.
So you're not wrong. He's always affecting a different thing.
Like Peaky Blinders or Venom or...
Always different. Even Max Rockentowski, his greatest role ever. Anyway, this is a show called Predators, and it's a mini-series of nature documentaries on Netflix, produced by Netflix in conjunction with the BBC. And whenever you say BBC and nature documentaries, you can automatically, most of the time, you can assume, oh, this is going to be quality because those people don't know how to make bad nature documentaries. And even though this one's a little bit on the side of like, we got an edgy voice like Tom Hardy. We're using music that's very evocative. It's all about these animals fighting for control of the Serengeti and all that sort of thing. It seems like it might be a little over the top compared to your usual Richard Attenborough kind of business. But it's really, really interesting and good deeper look at actual predator class animals and how they live and how they survive and who their prey is and this sort of thing. I found it to be awesome. I loved every second of it. If I had one complaint, it's a tiny one. The music sounds like Vangelis, and that's fine, but it doesn't fit exactly. Like, it doesn't fit the nature of what I'm seeing necessarily. So that threw me a little bit in the early parts of it. I kind of forgot about it later. But if you want to see cheetahs do some wild shit and bears and hyenas and just like, it is some cool... It is some cool stuff. Like, I've never seen a cheetah take down a what was it? It wasn't your typical wildebeest situation. It was some other weird animal. It was an alpaca or something. I forget. But the way this thing latches onto its prey and won't let freaking go, and I don't know. There's something about it. I'm in the mood for these right now. I'm tired of humans, so I want to watch some animals for a while. So I'm going to be watching more of these things. There's a brand
Lately,
new...
I feel like when I'm watching humans, I'm watching animals. So
right,
you're watching Predators, really. At the end of the
exactly,
day,
yes.
It's very good though, and Tom Hardy did a great job with the VO. I wouldn't mind hearing him do more.
I have a recommendation for you.
Give it.
This is the weirdest thing. Like I'm trying to imagine you watching it. Tom Hardy narrated a football club documentary.
Oh, really?
It's called All or Nothing Tottenham Hotspur. And it's streaming on Amazon Prime right now. And you could go put this on and just listen to Tom Hardy talk about Premier League football.
Oh, interesting.
Really? Wow.
Hotspur, there it is. So they've got a few of these as a series. There's Manchester City, Arsenal. He specifically narrates this one.
Yeah.
I'll check this out. I was really impressed. I thought he's not the kind of guy where you'd go, oh, you know what this documentary needs? The voice of Tom Hardy. It's just not something you'd think of. But it really wrapped itself around me during the watching of this thing. I really liked it. So anyway, go check it out.
Yeah, I just want to make it really, really clear. I am not a Hotspur fan. This is not something that I have any interest in whatsoever, right? Yeah. But like, I just came across this and I saw his name, and I'm like, I'm going to listen to him talk.
I mean,
it's great.
If you said to me, "Hey Scott, what do you think a Tottenham Hotspur is?" I would have said like the way you do your meat in Europe or something. Like it doesn't sound like a real
just doing
thing.
A plate of Tottenham Hotspur.
Exactly. So I'll do you one better. I didn't know it was a team. So there you go.
Until you find out about Crystal Palace.
Yeah, no kidding. That again is a Netflix deal, originally produced Netflix thing with BBC. It's really, really worth watching. And it made me want to jump straight over and start into the Richard Attenborough Earth 2 thing that just launched over there. So far, also very good. There is some shit about some ants in there. What the F is going on with ants, dude? Ants are insane. The stuff ants are doing these days.
Yeah.
This
the
particular
things ants are doing these days.
Oh my gosh. It blew my
What's
freaking
the deal
mind.
with ants?
Yeah, what's going on with ants? I can't believe it. Anyway, that's going to do it for us now. If you go over to quicktms.li, Brian Ibbett over here has been putting these up in there so you can just link straight out to stuff. It's a very convenient way to track what we did. Yep. It's got all the previous ones as well. We recommend you go do that. Nicole, anything going on in the wood whispering world you want to mention?
No, but Mateo turns 12 on Saturday, so I want to wish him a very happy birthday.
Oh, that puberty train coming right behind him somewhere.
It's already here.
Oh,
Let's not talk about it.
Stinky Dorito feet for months, years maybe. I'm just kidding. That's awesome. That's a big milestone. Congrats to him and you guys for that. Tell Mark to go make some wooden things. Hey, Randy, Film Sack this weekend. You want to tell folks what we're doing?
We're watching The Exorcist, finally. After 15 years of Film Sack, we're watching The Exorcist for Halloween. We have never sacked it before, believe it or not. This is the perfect Halloween movie. We have people who've been writing in saying to us, well, I'm not going to watch it. You guys can sack it, but I'm not going to watch it. Yeah. And I'm really interested to find out how that turns out for people.
I think it messed a lot of people up, and you know, it's not as scary as people think. But people watched it at an age where it freaked them the hell out, and they just don't have it in them to try it again.
Yeah.
I went to a Halloween party when I was 16, and it was like the challenge of the night was, once it's midnight, we're all going to watch The Exorcist, and I don't have like any real memories of that experience, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I need to see it too because it's been a long time. I need to deal with some childhood trauma, get it out of the way. Rainbow Bright in the chat says, no, not me. I know. There are people just like you. Don't feel bad.
I get it. Yeah.
I get
it.
Yeah. Just know that it's a movie and it's all fake. If you know that going in, you're all right. It's okay. I promise. All right. Well, Randy, we'll see you this weekend for that. And we hope you have a grand rest of your week.
Oh,
there he goes. I don't know if he really had something to say.
It makes it sound like you did it, but he did it.
Yeah, I think he did it, but now everyone blames me, and it's fine.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Fine. Sure.
Look at this, everybody. We had a text about green burials. You know, we were talking about the whole move toward
because there's that Colorado funeral home that was all about just letting people rot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and did it perhaps too much. It sounds like
a little too much. Yes.
Micah from Syracuse, New York, wrote in and says, "Good morning, Scott and Brian. I was listening to your episode yesterday where you were talking about funeral homes. My mother died a year ago from lung cancer. She opted for a green burial. She went to a special cemetery where your casket is basically made of a wicker basket material. So when you are buried, you and the basket are, for lack of a better term, composited back to the earth. I hope this gives you some insight on the process. Love the show, though." Micah. Yeah, that part makes perfect sense to me. It's the piling up of bodies in a building for too long.
Yes, the not taking them and burying part is the part that something seems wrong about.
It's a whole. You know how to take the reservation. You don't know how to keep the reservation. You got to take these people to the burial spot. You got to put them in there. You got to be done with it. I saw something. I saw this video. I wish I had it to share here because it's just it's like very technical like blue water in your diaper kind of video. It's not supposed to be gross, but it's basically a liquefaction version of crematoriums, except it's done without any burning, without any O2 or anything like that. And the way they do it is they put them in a little chamber. It almost like, in the mall, Brian, those massage tables that are shooting water on your back.
Yes, the ones that are like almost fully enclosed.
Yeah, like that, except it literally takes the body and the high pressure water in there, and something with the temperature too has to be just right, but it pulverizes everything and creates basically a mist.
Oh my gosh.
And then the bones stay, but all the flesh, blood, sinew, anything else that you're made of, you're just gasified and sucked into a tank. And then your bones get ground up and then still given to people in urns as, ashes. And it seemed like a pretty cool way to go. I'm not saying that's what I'll choose, but maybe. We'll see one day.
What about what? Are you going to use that slurry water to make brownies? What are you going to do with that?
Well, no. See, what we'll do, now that I've learned that the ashes are only bones anyway, they were never the flesh of someone.
Yeah. You'll still use
I'll
the
still
bones
have the bones,
anyway.
So when these old people at that old folks home eat my brownies, they'll still have my bone brownies.
Perfect.
I'll throw them a bone in a way. But my liquefied gas state, that'll just go off into the ether. I think they just bury that or do something like that. Anyway, lots of ways to die. Thanks, Micah from Syracuse, New York. Appreciate it. That is going to do it for today's show. Big thanks to everybody for supporting us on our Patreon at patreon.com/TMS. This weekend we're doing a play date. You're going to want to be here for this on Friday at 10 a.m. because we're going to be playing the brand new Jackbox 10 collection. And there are 2 or 3 games on there that I think are must plays for us. So I am stoked to do this.
Cool.
I think I've already figured the game that Brian's going to dominate. It's going to drive me crazy. You're going to be so good at it.
I can't wait then.
You're going to totally dominate it. But there's some really fun stuff in there. TKO 2 is actually quite good update on the TK, the TKO thing. Nice. You can even make a sweater instead of just a T-shirt if you want.
Really? Yeah. Wow. So it's sweater KO.
Sweater KO. Yeah. You can choose, basically. Anyway, we're going to be doing that on Friday. It's going to be great. So just look forward to that as part of what we do for our patrons and everybody else when we do the public stuff. That's patreon.com/TMS for details. Anything else? Anything else coming up, going out?
Nothing else. 311 soundography. We did an episode all about 311. That just went up yesterday. So if you like 311 and you want to come original and your ember is the color of your energy, then by all means head down to soundography and listen to our most recent episode.
Now, am I right? You can say this without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
I am of the opinion that some of their best work are the last couple of albums, and they're recent, like in the last 5 years.
Yes.
They're so good.
They are really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't sleep on modern 311. It's legit good. As good as they ever were. Yep. I'm going to listen to some today. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go. Or listen to our episode, Scott.
I might do that as well.
You can find out all about the band themselves.
But then I have to hear Hammond breathing. Just kidding. I kid. I joke and I kid. I kid and I joke.
I know.
Hey, let's play a song. Do you have a little selection of a song to play?
I do. Aaron in Denver wrote in and said, "Hey, Scoot and Boot, it's my wife Jen's birthday and she's turning 30. Well, I hope you got her permission to disclose her age. We are currently celebrating by holding daily band meetings while gallivanting across New Zealand. If you could play a cover of or by Jamie T or Kesha, Kadallerha, for her, that'd be fantastic. Or if those two come up short, Bo Burnham's blah, 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 didn't need to go there. Either way, I'm hoping for a big kiss and a hug right now. Okay, thanks. Love the show, though. Bye." Says Aaron.
That's the best exit I've heard in a while. That's great.
Fantastic. Let's go with the Kadallerha cover. And this is a cover of TikTok by a guy named Mark Lee, and it's from his 2010 album called Overthinking It. It is the blues, TikTok done blues style. Here is Mark Lee.
Get more at frogpants.com.
Benevolent God, we're not asked such things of men!
Oh, I didn't mean to. That was an accident to have Nick Cage in here. Didn't plan that.